So when I came back to Korea in 1994, I had just finished elementary school. I had just finished elementary school in the US and I was getting ready to move up to junior high. And then my family just decided to come back to Korea and I came back. When I came back to Korea, all the kids my age were just about to begin their second semester in the 6th grade. They were about to begin their second semester in the sixth grade, and so that's what I did. I went to only one semester of elementary school in Korea. At the time that I returned to Korea, I was just learning to read and write Korean, the Korean alphabet. And so yeah, it was really tough. Foreign school? No. I just went to a regular public school in the US. You can't imagine how much frustrated you felt when you first went to the school. Yeah, it was quite frustrating. Well, I cried so much. Every day I went to school, I cried because it was so scary. I couldn't communicate. And yeah, it was really, really scary. And later I became a little violent and I started damaging the school properties. And so I spent a lot of time in the principal's office. But you know, everyone has there's a learning curve to everything, right? There's a learning process to everything. So an act of vandalism. Yeah, it was. It was. I got so frustrated as a child trying to adapt to foreign life in school as a kid. I think I spent the first 2 years in Korea after I came back reading children's books in Korean. Reading children's books. But then what would you say if someone asks you what your primary language is, English or Korean? It's really hard to say at this point. I guess I would have to say Korean because now at this point I've spent so much more time in Korea using Korean, but it's sort of a mix. And to be honest, I feel like I'm fluent in neither language. I'm fluent in neither language. That's honestly how I feel. You're too modest? Well, I usually prefer to think of myself as realistic than modest.